Let the natural selection Nexzil Proving Ground Tournament Final begin! Up in the north end of the map, we have Damaged Networks launching out of their command station. And down in the south of Shipping, we have the Alien Menace, possessed by Breakfast Club.
We got the Marines moving through, trying to do a 3 pressure here with Damaged Networks. We got Boom, Rheumatology, and Blue quickly making their way over. The aliens kind of scattered, trying to get some sort of flank, it looks like, on Golden over in ore processing. And we have, meanwhile, aliens have kind of set themselves in this position where they don't know what to do with this group. And Marines are not pushing like I thought they would, but they're just holding ground, and the aliens can't deal with this. It's like, what do you do against this right here?
Like, when this happens right here, when your 3 pressure is just holding ground, aliens don't make a move, the Marines are constantly expanding. You know, even though they only have 1 guy building, as long as they have this ability to keep getting these things up, it's kind of a win in their favor. You know, they keep getting to expand uncontested, while the 3-man Marine push kind of slowly makes their way forward. Looks like they're going into South Tunnels. No first blood yet. I'm going to call it happening here in South Tunnels. Looks like Breast Town might be the kill, but no. Dereer getting a little bit out there, and there's your first blood. Boom! Against Dereer. Shot down. So,
we're just doing some delay tactics. They don't want to push into observation because they're not going to be able to. It's going to be a tough engagement spot. They don't know if there's aliens waiting for them around the corner. They don't know where we can see everything, but we don't know. They don't know. So they see 2. They know there's 1 up in ore.
Oh, but look at this positioning here in observation.
But now this
very
is a key
tough
engagement here. Saya coming in as a commander. Durden trying to do what he can. We got 3 Marines still alive. Breast Town, the last one left alive. It's going to be Boom versus Breast Town, and Boom finishes off with his pistol.
A really great engagement that went in the Marines' favor right there. Because usually that's where the Marines get crushed, is right there in that room. So some great shooting and teamwork right there. Carried the Marine teams up to victory. Probably a little bit of luck, too. That's a hard place to fight.
Yeah, I mean, they did win that first engagement, but we knew that it probably wasn't going to go in the favor of Boom after that because of the spawn wave. And, you know, not a whole lot of damage done. I mean, the aliens really didn't get delayed at all. They lost a couple assists, but they went ahead and dropped observation. The play there was to try and probably delay them from taking it because they're worried the Marines are going to push, but they went ahead and chanced it and ended up paying off for them.
Kind of getting a little bit of a setup here. The 1-3-1 still formed up. The 3 moving through hub. Looks like they're going to be poking South Tunnels again, probably going to observation. Meanwhile, over in Repair Room, we still have 2 Skulks looking at Golden over here, who has been known for doing RT harass solo, kind of into the mid-game. That 3-man pressure
Blue getting picked up from the back. Yeah, so it's just Boom Rheumatology now. Aliens do have Carapace though for this, and Phase Tech just starting or finishing. I'm sorry, for Marines, so they're gonna have the ability to push out from
coming up right here. Here gets picked off. Sickness and Rheumatology going at it. Boom versus Breast Town coming up now. Can Boom come out ahead? Is he gonna get more med kits? But no.
Yeah, just Boom again that time. Left it, and again no damage done. I mean, I don't think we've lost 1 Marine extractor and that's it. And they were 3 minutes into the game, so it's kind of a slow pace for both sides. You know, the engagements are being won by one side or the other, but only barely. And the fact that they don't have enough pressure to push forward after that just makes it so they can't take down harvesters. If you only have 1 guy left, you're not going to be able to do anything because of the spawn waves. And the opposite side, the aliens, oh, we got Golden having 3 Skulks here. That's the kind of push that you need there. So now this is going to go down. Even have a 4th Skulk running interference here against Rheumatology. Dereer picking up.
Look at that phase gate placement in mezzanine right there. That's going to help them secure their entire back row of RTs on the platform side.
Yeah, the mezzanine phase gate right here is really important to be able to secure Marine presence in the field. They got a 2v2
it might also force a Repair Room hive drop, because with this mezzanine gate up, they're going to be able to form up 4 pushes really easily and just go hammer down that 2nd alien tech point wherever they try to go.
And that's really important, being able to control the other side like that. If you, as a Marine team, can stay kind of hard on the elevator side and force aliens into Repair Room, that's pretty strong because it's right next to your start point, and it's super easy to push or siege out. So you definitely don't want aliens taking the elevator if you can prevent it.
Kind of an interesting play of tactics here for B Club right now is that they are using a 6-man field presence. It's something that you haven't seen too much of But it's kind of a new trend that's catching on quickly. Saya is typically always the commander in the chair, but you can see now she's very active on the field, already up to 29 res, which means she has barely been sitting in that chair at all this whole game.
Yeah, I mean, a difference is that you'll see a lot of commanders pull out, and it's not so bizarre to have 6 on the field, but it's bizarre to have no skulks. Is what the real weird part is they have
Gorges.
0 skulks, or gorges, not skulks. They have 0 gorges, so they are relying on Krags on the harvesters in order to keep them healed and buy time, which is smart because if they need to fight around the harvesters, it allows them to be healed up during the fight as well, and allows them to be more mobile. It does kind of hurt your group pushes not having the gorge there, I believe, but the overall mobility that it affords you is well worth it.
And another drawback is they don't have any drifters on the field, and I don't think they've spent anything on drifters.
Yeah, but the way with how Tram's set up, I don't believe they necessarily need drifters. They can kind of get a general view of where the Marines are going. There's only so many places they're going to be coming through. Now, something they might want to watch out for, though, is they don't have a lot of vision over on their repair side. I think they're rectifying that with maybe breast sound falling back, not sure. But if a Marine were to go through that side, they would have no idea. And they kind of just dropped repair blind. They didn't know anyone was in there. It got dropped. I mean, if there was a Marine waiting there or just moving into the room, they would have lost that easily. So it's a big risk you take there.
So kind of looking at the state of the game right here, we've had a lot of engagements going on, a lot of small skirmishes right now. Something going on in observation right there. There's 2 lurks. There were 3 Marines kind of getting cleaned up. And we're just kind of seeing a deathmatch go on in this elevator transfer and observation room here because nobody's making much plays. There are skulks getting through to the back line, but the Marines are kind of focusing themselves on only fighting on this most mezzanine side because, you know, as he said about repair room, nobody's been down there to kind of take a look in a while. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point somebody's going to start calling, hey, we should check out the repair side. Because you can't drop elevator transfer in a position like this, so they're probably going to be looking for that repair game, or hive.
Yeah, I mean, you can honestly drop elevator still. I mean, with the mezzanine phase gate, it's going to be rough because they're going to be able to push forward from there. But it still has the option where you put the Krags behind the hive. If you, I mean, without a gorge, I don't believe so because you're going to need the hydras. You're going to need a heavy presence there. But I think it's still possible. It looks like they're going to go for it. The Krags are behind the hive and elevator. They're going to make that their hive. And like I said, I think this is still not a bad decision because repair is extremely easy to siege out. If they saw a repair hive and they immediately went arcs, then there'd be no way to prevent that. The Marines making a little bit of a mistake here, moving away from the phase gate though. Pulling back at the moment, Jordan taking down Jonah Crab there, and just Rantology and Boom to try and deal with a little bit of presence. They got 2 lurks just trying to clear it out.
What I'm waiting for is the big push for these Marines to like guarantee that these lurks get killed. Because the one way that you actually frag one of these lurks is just by manning up and shoving them out. You don't let them have any breathing room. You just keep moving forward and forward and forward. And eventually the lurk's going to make a mistake or he just has to run away. Like right here. You might see the push happen right now. Jonah Crab manning up, getting on to Party Skulk. Party Skulk forced to go around the corner. But you have to keep moving. They have to keep this pressure going forward. If you want to get these lurks out, the med's got to drop here. But it looks like they're just being too passive to try to actually kill these lurks, allowing Sicknick right here to come in on the flank and kind of stop out that pressure team.
Yeah, we do. The Marines do know about repair room. The Crag going up to keep that healed. You're right about that, though. They need to push because the lurks are just going to fall back to the Crags and heal up, like you see Sicknick doing here. And they need to push them away from the Crags and be able to...
Oh, did you see this over here in repair room, though? We have 3 sets of Crags at both hive locations.
Do you think
looking at like the res flow right here, we have 3, 6. We have 80 res spent just on Crags for hives.
Yeah, there's the...
Look at this observation right now. The lurk's getting shoved out hard, except the feed gate is created over there in mezzanine.
That's pretty important. That phase gate going down. They had to do such a huge investment, or a huge commitment rather, to try and push those lurks out, and that allowed the skulks to come from behind and just take down the gate. And now we're in a really tough position here as damaged networks because the hive has already dropped in repair. They went ahead and went the other side, and I mean, I'm not sure about that because they can still clear out these Marines here and be able to take that hive, the hive location. So, as weird as it might sound, might even see another hive go up or just
taking a deep dive right there, getting pushed down to 22%. Party Skulk and Sicknick, both lurks being forced to retreat all the way back to the main hive. So almost a play that lost the lurks right there. And, you know, I think repair room, that the fact that they dropped it, they could decide to go arcs at any time You know, once they get that money secured and kind of get the ups where they want them to, repair is very easy to arc out and siege out in general. Because you have that corner right there in the repair room area. You kind of see where that drifter is, Virsoul.
Yeah, I do.
Set them up there, and you can let the Marines just sit back, get a chair, defend some arcs.
Now, the problem with this is that the aliens have been pretty aggressive about hitting extractors behind this. So the Marines are back up to 4. They were down to 2 for a little bit there. They do have their phase gate back up, but they don't really have, they don't have the position to be able to just arc up at the moment. Fade's coming up, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult to deal with that.
Here.
Oh my gosh, Derry are getting pretty low there.
Kind of with this game picking up its pace, we just now kind of entered that mid-game stage. The fades have exploded. Again, I can still look at this this B Club lineup here. Saya is at 48 P-Res, 5 and 6 as a commander skull. You know, that's a very rare kind of opening right there, you see. Doing an effective job of fighting on the field and doing work.
So we're up at 150 resources now for aliens. 150.
150 at 66% growing on that hive over there. We're going to see a lot of explosion. Now we already have 3 fades on the field. 4th fade going to be coming up. Sicknick and Party Skulk are both lurks. The Marine team has to start focusing on snagging a few of these lifeform kills, especially with all of that res on the alien side. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe drop server room behind this all, just like they've got that money.
This is a distraction, right? They could throw it away. They could just throw it over there. If the Marines go for it, then they just crush a phase gate. And if they don't, then they have a 3rd hive. Absolutely. But, I mean, we're probably just going to see some risky play here because they can just drop Fade Eggs behind it. Saya likely just going to save for Onos, I'm imagining. And more forward healing bases, and the Marines are going to have a hard time trying to deal with it. Maybe some very aggressive sys spamming just everywhere, delaying the Marines from pushing out.
Boom and Rantology down here in observation. It looks like we have a full Marine team coming in here. 4 lifeforms diving in. Durden taking a little bit of chip here. Durden almost going down, nearly get fragged. Rantology and Boom both getting taken out, but almost fragging in a lifeform or 2. Kind of the plays that they want to try to succeed on right here. Look at server room right now. We have 3 Marines pinching in, 2 high lifeforms. Sicknick and Breasthound somewhat trapped in here. Blue getting the big flank on Sicknick, forcing Sicknick out. Breasthound trying to get around now. He's just the fade left in server room by himself, trying to take the vent outside. Looks like he's going to slip through the field right there.
Yeah, and luckily he's able to get in there. No blink, so that was his only way out, to be honest. They should have expected him to fall out there. Rantology getting taken from behind by Party Skull. And I'm not sure about what the Marines are going to do here, because they're in this position now where they're just being too defensive. They can't push up because as soon as they move away, all of a sudden they get swarmed to either their base or a phase gate.
And, you know, like I said about killing high lifeforms, the longer you keep waiting, the higher their P-res gets, the higher the alien commander's team res gets, and they're just going to start stockpiling on fades. They'll be investing in fade eggs, and it's just going to start going downhill from here. If they can't kill enough of these lifeforms, the rear going down to 40%, but easily getting out right there. And then we still have Durden trying to make a feed gate over here in Mezzanine. It's starting to get to that downward slope part of the game where the aliens are getting a little bit unmanageable. They have so much money invested in lifeforms. It's going to be hard to see that DN comes out of this unless they get some big plays going and some heavy aggression on those alien RTs and structures in general.
So the aliens have managed to use those 200 resources that they had acquired. So lots of upgrades coming. Blink almost done, Bounce done. Derrier dead. I wonder if any of that investment was Fade Eggs. I wasn't really paying attention to the resource amount there. They might have had some just lying in wait, just in case a Fade did go down so they wouldn't have to wait to replace.
I'm pretty sure that there are a few spare. You know, you got some spares. It's in the trunk, dude. I keep my spare Fade in the back of the room.
Kind of surprised that Syed went Fade, though, because I feel like someone maybe should have saved just for Onos there. In the event that they needed it. And I could have just dropped another T-Res Fade to begin with. But, you know, I'm not going to question it. Just the ability that they're putting out here to prevent the Marines from moving anywhere is stellar this game. DN doing what they can to try and push against the Tide, but just, you know, playing way too defensive, trying to hold on to what they have. And now it's going to be, I fear, too late for them.
A little bit too late because once you get, what is this? This is a 4 Fade 2 Lurk setup. It's extremely mobile and extremely agile. It's got enough HP to get in and out whenever they want to, and at this point, the aliens are probably going to just think about, let's throw some hives down. You know, eventually this game is just going to go in their favor. They've got too much money. Party Skulk 50 res. I mean, even if they lose 4 fades, they could probably reinforce them, renew them like at least once before they're in a bad situation again.
So, it looks like we're set up to drop elevator. I'm sure that, I mean, even with the phase gate here, they could just risk it because I don't think there's any way that the Marines can really push it, because as soon as they push it, they lose the phase gate, or the aliens just push the base. Look at how much aliens are on the north side of the map. They don't even care about this phase gate. Like, they know the Marines can't pressure anywhere from there.
On top of that, the north side of the map is not easy to get into. Like, mezzanine helps you stop them from progressing into your back line, but once they get back there, it's still really hard to go into that room. Go into the platform zone. Look at that. Third hive has been dropped. We've got like 12 crags on the field. Whole bunch of money spent on healing stations.
But I mean, it's paid off because they haven't had to use Gorgeous this game. So that's what the healing stations are set up for, is that there's no need to fall back completely to a hive necessarily. Or if you do fall back, those extra crags will help you heal up and push out a lot faster, allowing you to reinforce. We're trying to get 2 lurks and a fade off of the, or 2 fades and 2 lurks off the gate, but just with the pistol, not going to be able to do that. And that gate's going to go down. I don't see them being able to hold this. 4 fades, 2 lurks. Anyone going through there is just going to get killed, and phase gate down. Marine's going to be on 1 extractor. Alien's taking over half the map.
Probably going to expect the GG coming in here soon, because without that phase gate, there is almost no way to push outside of your base without running into the giant ball of alien life forms. That'll probably overwhelm almost every single group. And there it is, the 1G followed by 2Gs for the good games of round 1, taken by B Klub.
I mean, Damage Networks putting up a fight there. They did not want to go down without a fight. And that's, you know, something you'll see a lot of teams do at the upper level, is not conceding, because there's always that small chance that you bring it back. You know, people, it's so easy to think, oh man, we're down, it's time to give up. But, you know, 1 in like, you know, 20 times with being that far behind, there's always that weird chance that you come from behind. You know, you get some sort of crazy aggressive play by the aliens, you get like 3 or 4 fades fragged, and all of a sudden it's a new game. So, just knowing that until all hope is lost, they just wanted to stay in and see if they could do it.